legislative races is inevitably affected by a change in the whole structure of how elections are run and covered. For instance, prior to the abolition of the party limit in the 1980s, nearly every legislative seat was in effect truly up for grabs every election. You used to see major pendulum swings from 2-to-1 majorities Democratic to 2-to-1 majorities Republican. Generally, the Democrats would run up big majorities in gubernatorial years in the El Grasso years and Berghoff years and the O'Neill years, and then Republicans would make big gains in the presidential years. And there would be hordes of people brought into or out of office based upon the swing and pull of the party lever, which meant that you had a whole range of hotly contested races every year, and the outcome was often in doubt. With the end of the party lever, you had a greater percentage of incumbents of both parties gaining re-election. And the strategy of both parties would be that there would only be a smaller number of truly contested elections in every election cycle, where there would be a perception of a couple of vulnerable opponents on either side, and then open seats where someone either died or retired or was looking to run for some other office. So we've had, I think, in the last 20 years, politically, a significant change in the nature of legislative races, not to mention the fact that those hotly contested races become, in effect, mini congressional races with budgets of over $200,000 per candidate, whereas most of the other races then are very thinly contested, as you said. We're looking ahead now to a whole new climate, perhaps beginning in the next election cycle, though, with public financing, so that the challenging candidates will potentially have more resources to bring to bear those races, and you might see a broader range of actively contested races.
So there seems to be a disagreement